Hello, today I'm going to show you how to draw this block in two-point perspective so you get an accurate shape and you understand how to draw a three-dimensional space. First thing we have to do is get a ruler and establish an eye level. This is our eye level line that we are seeing objects. You can see objects above the eye level line and you end up seeing the bottom of that block or box or whatever you're seeing. And if you go below the eye level line, you end up seeing the top. If you're right at eye level, you end up seeing just the front of that box or block. On that eye level line, I'm going to create 2 points, one on each side, and these are going to be the VPs, which are the vanishing points. Now, when I draw this block, I'm putting it down on a table, so I do want it underneath my eye level. And I'm going to draw it where it's at a certain angle, and we start by seeing the corner of the block. So underneath my eye level line, I begin to draw my corner. So it's just a straight up and down line, like that. And now you're taking each side of that line to a vanishing point. You're going to line your ruler up and bring it right up, and you can bring it all the way to the vanishing point, although we're not going to need all of this line. So you can make it kind of a light pencil line. Now I'm going from the bottom to the opposite vanishing point and lining up the bottom corner to the vanishing point, and again I can do that light line bringing it to the vanishing point, and you want to make sure it's right in the right spot. Okay. Now I'm going to bring the top, so I'll do it like that. If you had a straight edge that you couldn't see through, you want to go from the top like this, and you're going to bring this all the way to the vanishing point here, and then again to the opposite one. So right at the corner, this is the corner of our block, and we're bringing it to that vanishing point. Okay. Now, we have the side of our block. Now it's either this way or this way, and I actually drew it where it's got a longer area that way. So this is the way it's turning, and now we've drawn this line and this line. Now we've drawn this line and this line. So we're seeing it in an angle that is below the eye level line, so we're going to be drawing the top next. Before we draw the top, we want to draw our sides of our block. So that would be these lines here. So this will be the side of our block. We want to draw another parallel line to this, to our first line that we drew. Straight up and down parallel. And now this is actually going to be, all three of these lines are going to be parallel to each other. And this is a longer side of this block. Okay. The corner of my block going back here. So that's the next line I'm going to draw. And then I'm going to draw this one. And these are the ones that are furthest away from me. So I'm taking, first we'll do this one. So I've got my corner of my block there. And I'm bringing this all the way to this vanishing point here. And now the corner of my block is up here, and I'm bringing it to the opposite vanishing point. Okay, now we have just a block, basically a box. Okay. So what we're going to be doing is establishing where this curve is. So we have to get this little distance between here and here and here and here. So it would be, I would take my pencil and I would draw a little dot, and then I give myself a little dot here. And it tends to look a little wider when it's closest to you and a little further when it's further away. Get that really nice and perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to put points where I see this curve because I see this distance between here and here. All right, I'm about there, and then I'm just going to put points to curve this down because I think it makes it easier to map out that way. And I'm going to curve this around like this. Now, there's an area that you can see underneath the bridge. So if I turn my block slightly like that, I can see this back line. The one thing we have to account for is the space, the distance from the back of the block to where the arch starts. So if I put a straight line that went down here, so if I had my ruler that was parallel, again, to that corner of the block, which is my back corner here, I would know where that back corner was, although I need that same distance to bring that over to about here. Okay, so I wouldn't actually see any straight line that was kind of going up right there. All right, now I need to angle this line back with this vanishing point over here with all these guys. So I'm going to put my ruler back on my vanishing point over here and take this corner and go back like that. It makes it a little more interesting if you actually did have this angle that kind of came down and you can see through the block there, but we actually wouldn't see through it here. All right, now you can take an eraser and you can erase any of these extra lines, any and all of them. And there is your block. Okay, now when you're coloring with red or colored pencil, these are Prismacolor pencils and they're very creamy pencils. You're going to establish what is the lightest point, what is the medium point, and what is the dark point. So I've got a light shining directly on this, but you can see my shadow underneath there. If I put it on the table, I guess you could see the shadow falling towards the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my dark area here. So that would be this. My light area is going to be on top, and my medium area is going to be on the side. So my shadow is going to cast this way. And my shadow actually it will cast the shape of your block. So you want that to look very similar to your block. We even could make it a little more like this. And that could be a light area over there. Okay, I'm going to take my Prismacolor pencils and I'm going to first start to, actually I'm going to establish my dark area, which I'm going to put down my complementary color to red, which is green, but I'm going to put this in a very, very light manner, so very light pressure on the pencil. So I do have a dark Prismacolor green, so just a complement to my red. And what actually tends to happen is you are going to have a little bit of dark in here, but it ends up being about a medium value because the light comes through and it hits it there. Okay, I am going to cast a little bit of my dark green onto my shadow here. Okay. Now I'm going to really pour on some red. This is the true color of my block. And I want to be able to see a difference between my dark side and the medium side. Okay. Now, I want it to be smooth in here, so I'm going to take my green and I'm going to go a little bit of the opposite way that I can kind of see that those lines are going. We want a nice distinguished side of the block, so we want to make sure that we're getting that darker on this side than our medium. Now, the top of the block, we're going to treat this with our red very lightly. And you want it to go not just in one direction, go in an opposite direction or side so that you don't have a directional coloration. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing down here. Okay, and now I'm taking my white and I'm going to press my white over just the light top. So I really want to make sure that I'm not blending into the darker, the medium side for this. So I'm going right up to the edge and not crossing over. And make sure you don't have directional, so you go different ways. Okay, and there is a very light area that when you do look at this block underneath it, you think that it's going to be dark, but in here there is a very quite light highlight. So I did put a little bit of green in there so I could show, and I'm going to put a little bit of red with this back over it.